Today, I'll talk about ethical issues in social media journalism, misinformation, fake news, and fact-checking. The post-liberalization phase in India had brought a new turn in the information production, distribution, and consumption system. And the traditional way of gathering, transmitting information to the viewers, readers, and or consumers had undergone a sea change. The gatekeeping system in media had crumbled as everyone had become the content creator and the passive consumers have become active prosumers, which implies the dual identity of the consumers, both as information provider and information generator. However, it is often argued that we now have reached at the threshold of a new media dynamics where networks of many small minority and niche markets replace the old mass audience because the traditional boundaries of one particular media, that is geographical, social, cultural, has been diminished, and therefore changes in the pattern of media management or media economics are quite obvious. Therefore, such questions always prevail in the Indian media spectrum. Does the definition of audience now signify the meaning as that of the 20th century? Do media production skills and genres remain as distinct as they once were in 19th century? Is the point of production still primarily concentrated within official media institutions, which are big specialized companies or media companies as it formerly was? Is the state or does the state still able to regulate and control the media market like it did previously? Is the photographic image, which is dependent on a lens, anymore different from digital and computer generated imagery, or can it be effectively contrasted with it? All such innovations or dualities of discursive regimes can be minimized if certain inherent characteristics of new media are taken into account and how those inherent properties of new media were misused or misutilized for the sake of narrow interests of influential elites or a selected few, especially political parties, lobbyists, communication strategists, media elites. Undoubtedly, the role of journalistic integrity becomes paramount day by day. Journalism as the fourth estate is fundamental to democratic societies tasked with providing accurate, reliable information that enables informed citizen to shape their own opinion. The ethical foundations of journalism, including principles of truthfulness, accuracy, fairness, and impartiality are critical in maintaining public trust and the credibility of the medium. Multiple studies have underscored the necessity of holding these ethical standards amidst the challenges posed by the digital age, which emphasized that rigorous fact-checking and verification processes are essential in countering the spread of false information. Meanwhile, the concept of ethical journalism in the era of post-truth, arguing that transparency and accountability are vital in restoring the public trust in media institutions. Moreover, the erosion of journalistic integrity can have profound implications for society, as media scholars argue that when journalism fails to adhere to ethical standards, it undermines democratic processes by misinforming the public, thus impairing their ability to make informed decisions or choices. In the age of digital communication, social media has transformed the landscape of journalism, undoubtedly, providing both opportunities and challenges. Therefore, it is imperative to discuss the ethical issues surrounding social media journalism, particularly focusing on the prevalence of misinformation, the rise of fake news, and the critical role of fact-checking. As journalists navigate this complex environment, understanding these ethical dilemmas is essential for maintaining credibility and trust in the media. Talking about the politics of disinformation, I should say that the 21st century has witnessed the militarization of data on an unparalleled magnitude. New media technology enables easy modification and creation of content, while social media platforms greatly magnify untruths spread by government organizations, public servants, populist leaders, and untrusted business leaders, as they are circulated by gullible publics. The forums have turned into a rich environment for computational manipulation, online harassment, and organized groups of online harassers, fake online personas, and imposters. The platforms have become fertile ground for computational propaganda, trolling, and troll armies, sock puppet networks, and spoofers. Then there is the arrival of profiteering troll forms around elections. Social media platforms have gained prominence worldwide over the past decade. Texts, images, recordings, podcasts, videos, and innovations of all sorts have been created and can be shared and disseminated, including fake news in all of its dimensions. By playing supposedly a neutral political role, social media platforms are accessible to users generally without discrimination, in addition to being a lure and target for certain targeted constituencies. Disinformation was defined in the Great Soviet Encyclopedia in 1952 as false information with the intent to deceive public opinion. The earliest notable event that marked the onset of disinformation campaigns trails back to July 1983 in New Delhi. A newspaper outlet named The Patriot published an article stating that HIV virus was secretly crafted by US government scientists to kill African Americans and gay people. Misinformation and its impact to be discussed now. Misinformation refers to false or misleading information spread regardless of intent. In the realm of social media, misinformation can spread rapidly, often outpacing the truth. This phenomenon poses significant ethical challenges for journalists who strive to report accurately and responsibly. The consequences of misinformation or disinformation can be severe, leading to public confusion, erosion of trust in media institutions, and even real-world harm. Now, I have to discuss the role of social media platforms. Social media platforms serve as both a conduit for information and a breeding ground, a springboard for misinformation or disinformation. Algorithms designed to maximize engagement with the audience can inadvertently promote sensational or misleading content. Journalists must be aware of these dynamics and work to counteract the spread of disinformation or misinformation by providing accurate reporting and context. This news spread like wildfire across all the third world countries without much substantial claims. Once the campaign got sufficient leverage, it was seen to be aired on news channels of the United States. Thank you.